Alright everyone, hello and welcome. I am checking out Balrog in Street Fighter V. He was just released a couple days ago. And he was one of my main characters in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, as well as Vanilla Street Fighter 4. Until they pretty much nerfed and changed him a ton, and he didn't really become so much tournament viable anymore in later versions of the game. In Street Fighter V, they've changed him yet again. He is still a charge character, but they've taken away a lot of his tools and things that he used to do in Street Fighter 4, trying to mix him up a little bit. I don't know if I really agree with a lot of the changes, but let's walk through it. I'll show you everything that I've learned here, okay? So first off, his normals. Standing jab, jab, medium. As you can see, standing medium seems to be just a very quick anti-air. Standing fierce has range like it used to, but I don't think it has as much range. You take a look at that. So it doesn't even reach more than like a quarter screen anymore. You have to kind of be inside that realm of the hitbox. Pretty good range, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be, alright? We got standing short, standing medium, and standing heavy kicks, okay? Heavy kick, this looks like an overhead, but I don't believe it is, alright? He does have an overhead, I'll show you that later. Crouching attacks, low jab, low medium, low fierce punch, which again seems to be an anti-air. Here's your standing anti-air, and here's your crouching anti-air, okay? Low short, low medium, low sweep for a quick sweep. That was a quick move that people used a lot in Street Fighter 4. Seems like at this range, it could be pretty good. I don't know what just happened. Okay. At this range, it could be okay, but again, doesn't seem to have as much range as Street Fighter 4, and it seems a little slower, alright? Okay. Now, jumping attacks. Balrog's never been very good in the air, alright? Light, medium, heavy. As you can see, his medium goes a little bit upward. Light, medium, and heavy. His best jump in is probably going to be either fierce punch or heavy kick, one or the other, depending on what angle you're coming in from. And yes, you can combo after either one pretty easily, okay? Now, let's start talking a little bit about his special moves. First, let's get through his throw. Forward throw and back throw. Easy enough, right? Special moves. Pretty much all the stuff that you'd expect. He's got dash straight, which is charge back and forward plus punch. He's got 3 variations that go different distances. See that? And EX version. It's an additional hit that grounds the opponent, alright? He's also got the same dash, only with kicks. Oops. You got a sweep, okay? And a sweep hits from different distances, depending on what button you push. Now, if you do the EX version, it's basically a little bit faster, and I believe it actually gets like a hit of super armor. So it's basically a really quick full screen sweep that could actually absorb a hit, okay? Now, he's also got a new move, down, up, plus kick. Alright, look at this. It's kind of like a dashing body blow. And it goes different distances. Let me show you the EX version. The EX version kind of knocks the opponent further back. It is comboable, just to show you. Oops. So it is comboable. But only the EX version, at least from what I see. Let me actually try a different one. Hold on. Oops. Yeah, see, because the other versions seem to be too slow. Now, this move, I believe, has like a hit of super armor as well, but I'm not sure. Again, I'll have to test it against human opponents. And it seems pretty good. If it does have that super armor, it can absorb, okay? Now, the problem is, as you can see, it seems to be an upwards move, and I get the feeling, I'm going to test it right now. I'm actually pretty curious about this. Ready? Look, I was right. It completely whiffs against a crouching opponent. So if you're about mid-range and your opponent's going to do something like a fireball, definitely do it to blow through the fireball and hit him. But it seems to me that 9 times out of 10 that move is useless because it doesn't hit a crouching opponent, and people are going to be crouching quite a lot in this game. So it seems like shit. I don't know, man. I just don't know. That's kind of lame in my opinion. I'm actually curious to see the difference in damage output. Hold on. So that combo did what? 246. That combo did 246. So, really, they did the same damage output. Didn't really matter. Huh. Alright, so... he also has turn punch, which is charge either 2 kicks or 2 punches, alright? And release. Now, much like in all the other games, the longer you hold it, I believe it actually is going to change the properties of the punch a little bit. The one thing I don't understand about Street Fighter V, take a look at this. This is it. Here it is. He didn't turn. You see what I mean? Here, I'll show you again. He doesn't turn. Why do they still call it turn punch when he doesn't turn? And I get the feeling he probably doesn't have any invincibility either. I'll have to test this in real combat, but I doubt he's going to have any invincibility frames there for the turn punch. Now, what I actually want to do is charge it up quite a bit here. Like, I'm actually going to charge it up a good 10 or 15 seconds and see if it does, like, absolutely insane damage if it hits. If so, it could be one of those moves that just, if you do manage to land it, wow, insane damage, right? But I don't know if it's going to be very viable in a match, being that I don't think it has any invincibility anymore. Well, we're about to find out what kind of damage it's doing. I'm still charging it. I'll charge it for about another 10 seconds. This should be the highest level, okay? Alright, everyone ready? I'm going to release. Let's see. Highest level turn punch. Here's the damage. Wow. That's, I'd say, a little bit more than a quarter, right? More than a quarter. 300 damage. So that did more than a full combo. That's pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy damage. But again, is that going to be viable? You can't combo that, by the way. No way that you can combo that move. I'll show you. I'm charging it right now. See, it's not 2-in-1 cancelable, I don't believe. See, it won't combo. You could do it, but it's not going to hit because it's not fast. It has a stagger to it. Maybe you could trick people into thinking you're going to complete a combo, not complete the combo, and then do the turn punch and do jack damage, but I don't know if it's a very viable move, quite honestly. Kind of silly. Alright, now, I'm pretty sure that's all of his special moves. I'm going to double check just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But then we're going to go on to his V skill, which seems like it actually may be kind of interesting, okay? Yes, that's all it for his regular moves. Now, his V skill... Actually, you know what? I'll show you these little combos first, okay? Here we go. These are the variations on his combos. I'm just going to show you his hit string. So, here's the first one. Little 3-hit juggle. There's a variant on that. That one grounds instead of knocks up, okay? Now, there's also a 3-hit kick. Watch this. There's all 3 kicks dialed in. Basically just knocks back the opponent, and yes, you can combo all these, as you can see. Easily combo and dial a combo, a la the Marvel games. They made it pretty damn easy. And then he's got a final combo, which is interesting, because he actually has a kick in this game. Can you believe it? Balrog has a kick. It's down plus medium kick, and then medium kick again. It's like a stomp. See? It's like he punches your leg, but then he stomps with his foot. And he never used to have any kicks or anything like that in games. It's actually his first actual kick, I believe. Okay. Alright, so now I'll show you his V skill. What it is a little dodge. Now, he has 2 options from this V skill. I'll show you. Either punch or kick. So, the punch... kind of fast, right? Kind of a higher attack. I'm not sure if it hits crouching opponents. Let's actually test that. It does. So unlike this, it actually hits crouching opponents. I don't believe you can combo after this, though. Oh, you can? Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Excuse me. No. No, it's too slow. See that? Maybe what you want to do is mix up, go for a throw or something after that. But if you just do the punch after it, it's too slow to combo after. Alright? Now, if you hit kick instead of punch, he does this. This is an overhead attack. And it's comboable, so I'll show you. So you actually have a pretty viable combo here. If you can hit him with the overhead, you can go right into a combo afterward that could be some pretty high damage. That didn't really combo, but... there we go. And I'll show you the super later, but I'm just showing you that it is combo cancelable. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, the cool thing about this move, his V skill, it's cancelable out of a lot of things. All right, I'm gonna show you. After a dash punch, during a dash punch, you can actually do it, I believe. See that? So if you're like, oh, it doesn't have a lot of range, how can I do that overhead from full screen? Do a dash punch, and you can cancel it into it for a full screen overhead. That leads to a combo. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. Look at that. You did a little bit of a mix-up for a sweep. Oh, basically a full screen overhead at any time is available with Balrog. I like that. That's pretty neat. And I believe there's other moves you can cancel too. I think the dashing sweep like this, I think can also be cancelable. Let's check that. Yup, see that? So I'm doing the charge move and then immediately canceling it into the V skill. That's kind of cool. I like that. I don't know if you can cancel the other move. Let me check his moves list here. I don't think you can cancel it from the dashing upper. No, you can't. See? Basically, it says KKB supported attack. It means that you can cancel out of that attack into the KKB, which is the name of his V skill. Alright? And, oh wow, even the turn punch is KKB supported. So let's try that. Wow! So you could look like you're going for the turn punch. And instead do the overhead into a combo. Pretty interesting. Alright? I like that. I like that there's a lot of cancelability and a lot of kind of mix-ups. Is he going to go for the sweep? Is he going to go for the overhead? He's always going to keep you guessing if he's going high or low, right? That's a good thing. Now, that's his V skill. I'm going to show you now his V trigger, which is also kind of interesting. His V trigger allows him to get extra hits on two of his moves. His dash straight and his dashing sweep. Alright, so let me enable it and I'll show you what I mean. You have to do additional inputs, but watch this. So there you go. Now I'll do it with the kick. So basically you get some extra hits depending on which move you're doing. See that? That actually got more. Let's do them all. One. Oops, I fucked it up. 1, 2, 3. I wonder if you can do more than that. Let's test. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do up to 5 hits. It's basically like having an extra super. It's very similar to how his super was in Street Fighter 4, where you could either do punches or kicks doing his super move and it would juggle. So if you can get a combo, you're going to do some pretty high damage output. And of course, mix that up with what I just showed you with the overhead. Now you're talking some interesting stuff. So here we go. Ah, I blew it. That's too far. There you go. And you can do that from full screen, which is pretty crazy, right? Now, you can also super cancel this. First, I want to show you what the super is. They changed Balrog's super to be a motion. If you can believe it, here it is. It's 2 fireballs plus punch. And it's just one big punch for giant damage. Now, that's super cancelable in both regular and other combos. I'll show you. Regular combo. So after any dash straight, you can super cancel it. I don't think you can do it now. You can't do it after the sweep. But I think you could do it. You could probably do it, yeah. Look at that. After jabs. Anything. Now, you can also do it out of the V-trigger. I screwed it up. Let the V-trigger run out. I did it after the 5th hit. Let's try it again. There it is. Boom! So you could do a giant combo from full screen, right? Once you enable V-trigger, you could do something like that. Or you could actually combo the V. Let's go for the V-trigger, see if I can do it. Ah. There it is. Boom. And that's full screen. So a full screen, almost 50% damage based off of a running overhead, okay? Now, okay, here's the problem in my opinion. Alright, here's the problem. I don't think he has a solid reversal game at all. In fact, you've seen everything I just did. Nothing was a reversal. I'm not even kidding. Nothing there was a solid reversal. The only move that even really had a hit of super armor was this. But that move doesn't hit crouching opponents. So, what are you supposed to do? Now, his V reversal, if I can get the opponent to attack me here. Let's see here. That's not what I wanted. Hit me more than once. His V reversal is his old headbutt. Which is good. That's a good reversal, right? Right, hit me again, asshole. Come on! Well, I can't get the stupid computer to actually attack me more than one single hit and get a V reversal. But, you see what I mean? That seems to be his one solid reversal. The problem being, if that's his only reversal, rushdown characters are going to completely dominate him. The reason he was decent in Street Fighter 4 is because he had a great reversal. So he had the ability to control the screen. He had great anti-airs with the headbutt and his standing attacks. He had good range and pokes. He had decent normals, high combo ability, but it all was based around that headbutt. Now the headbutt is only a V reversal. So unless you can get a V reversal, you're screwed. I think that rushdown characters are going to have a field day with him, in my opinion. So he's interesting, but is he actually going to be viable? I don't know, okay? Now, there's a few combos that I actually learned. Alright, I'm going to show you. Let me actually give him to stand. A few combos that I messed around with. See, here, I'll show you. Oops. Or... So, it's basically jump in roundhouse, standing medium kick, into a low jab, into a dash straight. And it is super cancelable, and yes, if you have V-trigger, you can continue with that, okay? Also, I believe you can combo off of his standing heavy kick. This will be a little bit more difficult timing, but watch this. Ah, I screwed it up. Hold on. There you go. So standing heavy kick, if you can get it to launch or connect close up, combos into low medium punch, which is a pretty high damage combo. I'll show you the difference. So that combo did 224. That combo did 266. So significantly more damage for doing the higher risk roundhouse. But if that roundhouse doesn't combo afterwards, now you're in trouble. Alright, so those seem to be some pretty good bread and butters. He could also combo after his low short. See? So anytime you're doing little footsies, if you get a low short, you can get a pretty decent combo by doing another jab. I think his standing jab is better. The crouching jab does combo, but I don't think it has as much range as the standing jab. You gotta be really close for that to work, though, see? So if you're right in their face, you could go for that, alright? But, I don't know, in my opinion, it seems like he'll be decent for damage output, but viability as an actual tournament character when he has no solid reversal anymore? I don't know, it's kind of like what they did with a lot of these characters. They removed charged characters' abilities to have good reversals. I don't get it. I kind of have to scratch my head. Like, I like some of the things. I mean, that fully charged turn punch, land that, you're going to basically screw someone over completely. You mix up things, like, you know, overheads or dash punch into overhead, into combo, you could really screw with your opponent. But how many opponents are just going to stand there and let you do that versus some of these characters, like, for example, Ken, right now. Ken could rush the hell out of you. Keep doing dash cancels and stuff. What is Balrog going to do that? Damned if I know. I mean, all I can know is when I play in viability of online play, maybe I'll learn a little bit. But for now, I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical, but... Alright, so that's what I figured out, and that's what I've learned about Balrog. And, the only other thing is crush counter, which I'm not sure how to set this up to get it to show a crush counter, quite honestly. Let's see. Here we go. So standing roundhouse is his crush counter, it looks like, right? I guess you can do it with the V trigger. Let's see. Pretty crazy. One crush counter hit can lead to insane damage if you got your V trigger enabled. Look at that. Pretty wild, right? I wonder if that's his only crush counter. I think it is. Oh, look at that. Let's see if you can juggle after that one. Yes, you can. Oh, wow. What if you V-trigger? Wow, okay, that's pretty good, right? Now, can you V-cancel? You can, but I didn't mean to jump. That's kind of cool. You can combo the kicks, too. Alright. Try this again. Oh, I missed it. You could do it, though. You could do it. Alright. Yeah, look, there you go. So you could have your V trigger saved up. If you get that random crush counter, you can combo into it and then do giant damage afterward. Let's try it again. Can you do it off of standing roundhouse? Yes! Look at that. So it seems like crush counter potential is high, especially if he has V trigger. Alright, so that is, messing around in the training mode with Balrog. Learned a lot, and now I'm going to take him into the other modes. Cool.